let us discuss the old man, Makarov. He was the guild master of the fairy tale. As a guild master, he was powerful. He mastered many forms of magic, including the size-increasing giant and also the elemental magic. Due to this, he was highly regarded and has the title of one of the 10 wizard saints. He was born at the guild headquarters. The guild master then was Mavis, and she was given the privilege to name him. Mavis picked the name Makarov since this was the name of the prince she once read about. Though Makarov's mother Rita died, this is due to the effects of Mavis' curse. Mavis was encased in a lacrima and Precht became the second guild master. Fast forward to the age of 40, Precht appoints Makarov as his successor and the third guild master of the fairy tale. Makarov didn't want the said position, and he knew to himself that he wasn't fit for it. Though Precht sees something inside Makarov, a genuine care for his allies and his capability to believe that fairy tale would be a good guild. 5 years after he was appointed as a fairy tale guild master, he was given the title of being a wizard saint. He eventually got a son and named it Ivan. However, he banished his son for unknown reasons. Ivan had a son named Laxus who stayed on the fairy tale guild. Makarov explained to Laxus that his father Ivan has been banished since he was a danger to the guild. Though, because of this, Laxus grew far and far away to his grandfather. He thinks that people felt that he will only become a successor to the guild since he was the grandson of Makarov. Laxus swore that he would prove himself to surpass his grandfather. As the years passed, other members joined the guild. So here are some of the lists about the fairy tale Gramps Makarov. His magic can turn any part of his body into that of a giant. He can also use this to his whole body if he wanted to. He can grow massive size, though he often used that magic as some sort of intimidation.
Makarov. Be gone.
He was actually 88 years old. Even with that age, he was one of the strongest fighter in the series. Makarov was genuinely surprised by how friendly Emperor Spriggan was, who had him treated as a guest of the Empire with a comfortable room, good food, and even card games. Makarov even admitted he was expecting the Emperor to be more of an evil overlord. Makarov holds the longest guild master with the span of 48 years.
Of course he is! Allow me to introduce the Fairy Tale Guild Master, Makarov!
It was unknown who is Makarov's wife. Some speculate that she died early on the series or Laxus is not even his own grandson, though I doubt that since there is a huge similarity between him and Laxus. It's also common for the other anime not to include their biological parents, or could be that's another plot too. Well, let me know who you think his wife is. Erza has been a huge contributor of fairy tale. She was feared and respected like the master himself. Makarov treated Erza as his own daughter and not just a member of the guild.
Master, our fairy tale family will never be the same.
During the Macau arc, Romeo, son of Macau Conbald, goes to Fairy Tale to look for his father and stated that Makarov should look for him as well. When Makarov dismisses this and said that Macau can take care of himself, Romeo punched him on the face, making Romeo the youngest character on the screen that punches Makarov in the face.
Now go home, have some milk and cookies, and wait! Yark!
During the Galuna arc, when Mistigan arrives, he was able to put all members to sleep except for Makarov, though Makarov felt that he was a bit sleepy, implying that Mistigan can affect Makarov but not to the extent that he will fall asleep. He was also the only member of the guild who can resist Mistigan's magic.
Man, was Mistigan here? What a jerk.
Does he have to put us to sleep every time he comes here?
He does not like meeting. In fact, when he was called in by the council since he helped destroy another guild, he falls asleep. He was only woken up when his name was called out.
here!
When Hades performed the Amaterasu formula, Makarov was able to defend himself using 3 pillar gods. Even Hades himself praised Makarov for using such spell.
Maximum defense magic circle! 3 pillar gods! I'd expect no less from my successor.
Makarov is quite similar to Sarutobi on Naruto. Both of them are the third and the longest serving master. They also treat their members like their family. Both of them died heroically. He lost both of his parents. His mother died due to the effect of Mavis' curse, while his father died when he was no more than 5 years old. During a battle with Hades, he gave Makarov a taste of his power. Hades was the first character in the series to beat Makarov through sheer power. On episode 50, Makarov declares alcohol itself to be his rival. He refuses to let himself get drunk by it. When Kana heard this, Kana being the person that drinks a lot, she wants to be his rival, but Makarov states that she is not worthy of being his rival.
You aren't worthy to call yourself my rival! My enemy is alcohol itself!
Makarov resigned himself as a guild master and he appointed the next most powerful Fairy Tail member, which is Gildarts. Soon after, Gildarts ordered to make Makarov the guild master again.
But I just retired!
Makarov and Mavis has some similarities as a guild master. While Mavis is his godmother after all, on episode 181, Makarov remembers all the apology letters that he had to write due to the guild's problem. Mavis also remembers the apology letter she used to write when she was the guild master, and their expression are identical.
I'm glad I'm not alone in this feeling, First Master.
It's a big part of the Guildmaster's job.
Natsu, Gray, and Gajil all find themselves in a serious need of the stuff after spotting Makarov swimming naked in the pool in the Welcome to Fairy Hills OVA. Makarov was the 3rd, the 6th, and the 8th master of the Fairy Tail Guild. He was 88 years old and was born on March 696. Meredy has a list of who he wanted to kill. He named the list as the most important people to kill. On this list, Makarov was 2nd in place.
Number 2 is Makarov, but Master Hades has already defeated him.
Makarov possesses the magic Fairy Law, and it was considered to be one of the 3 legendary magic exclusive to Fairy Tail. Fairy Law inflicts damage to those whoever he sees as an enemy, though the Fairy Law has its side effects. Mavis modified the said magic and was only supposed to be used by a single target. If it was used by multiple targets, it would be lethal to the caster and can eventually cause death. During the interview with Makarov, the reporter asked what was the guild's ambition, and he stated that is to let love and justice fill in people's mind. Lucy states that it was clearly a lie.
We'll continue spreading justice and goodwill throughout the world.
In the anime, when Makarov performs his magic, a certain seal can be seen. His magical seal is almost identical to Fairy Tail Guild's insignia in the center. Hiro Mashima, the creator, gave him the name Makarov since he wanted his name to sound like a Russian. The other option was Pipoko, who was suggested by Precht. His father Yuri, Precht, Warad, and Mavis are the founders of the Fairy Tail Guild.
It's our very own guild.
Sure is.
His voice actor was Shinpachi Tsuji. Some of his known works are Shaman King, where he voiced Basin, Black Lagoon as Elvis, and many more, while on the English dub he was voiced by Bruce Elliott. who also voiced Pixies on Attack on Titan, also Captain Ginyu on Dragon Ball Z Kai, and other characters as well. Peace out.